Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here we have what I assume is the French national champion of a pepper tree. Not the Brazilian but the Peruvian pepper tree. This is Schinus molle. The Brazilian pepper tree looks pretty different and is a lot milder. This is the Peruvian one from the Andes mountains, from the mountain deserts of South America. Beautiful tree. Look at that compared to the size of the people. This thing should be about 2 meters across, or maybe even more. It's not very tall because it has been pruned regularly, and right now unfortunately it's suffering again. Look, a lot of the branches on this side are not looking that good. This is what it's looking from the other side. It's hollow, and unfortunately some sons of loving mothers who are really lucky I didn't catch them in the act have pretty recently set the inside on fire. Fortunately it either didn't spread or somebody did manage to turn it to put it out, because otherwise this beautiful tree would have gone completely. It is being pruned regularly. It is being kept to a short size. Also, right now in August I see neither fruits nor flowers on it. I mean, right now we have a very bad season for pretty much everything in this area. And even the pepper trees, I just saw one so far with acceptable fruit yield. Well, since we are talking about the national champion of such a more or less equatorial tree, let's talk a little bit about the climate. We are here in Menton, the most subtropical town in all of continental France. Of course, France has islands in the Caribbean and in the Pacific and so on that are more subtropical or even fully tropical, but that's as tropical as it gets on the French mainland. There are places with winters almost as mild as this one, but this also combines hot summers with them. And as you can see, there are citruses and figs and avocados everywhere. There are ancient olive trees, several thousand years old around here. If you are really lucky, right here I cannot spot a mango or a papaya. I know there are some nearby, but right now I don't have them here. Up there, again, a lot of subtropical stuff. Next to the big, under the big tobacco tree, there is actually a Cavendish banana fruiting profusely. As you can see, it has a big fruit bunch. Well, big for this variety of Cavendish. It's the super dwarf Cavendish, but still super dwarf Cavendish growing in continental France. And that's why it's not too surprising that the biggest pepper tree in France, at least the biggest one as far as I know, tell me if you know a bigger one in France or anywhere else in the world, I would like to go and visit it, is here in Menton. Now about the age of this pepper tree. It's not so easy to say. I mean, it's standing here, crazily enough, on a 8, 9, maybe even 10 meter high wall, which is quite crazy because, I mean, it must be the same age as those roads and walls around here. The neighborhood of Garavan in Menton was basically built up in the 19th century with fancy villas and subtropical gardens. So this wall must have been built here in the 19th century. This tree must have been planted at some time in the 19th century. So its age is probably not more than 150 years, I would say. Impressive. Really impressive tree. They grow quite fast. But still, I've never seen anything like this. Even on the Canary Islands with their subtropical climate, what I've seen a lot of big ancient pepper trees, I haven't seen anything like this. Well, if you wonder what type of pepper this is, it's not a bell pepper, it's not a black pepper, it's not a green pepper, it's not a white pepper, it's not a Szechuan pepper, it's the pink pepper. Sometimes you are buying pink peppercorns. Usually they are not ground into dust. If they are ground into a powder, that's chili pepper or bell pepper or something like that, or long pepper. No, not peper longum, but it's a capsicum. This is not related to any of those. This is more closely related to the mango. And I would have liked to demonstrate it to you if I had found even one ripe fruit. The fruits are small pink berries in this species. They are hot. In the Brazilian pepper, they are not so hot, but they still have the flavor of pepper. When you take those berries in your mouth and first remove the papery skin and then just suck at them gently, the stuff in your mouth will be sweet. That's what corresponds to the flesh in a mango. And then if you bite the seed, then you get the hotness and the peppery sensation, which I cannot demonstrate to you. Did you have like 2 or 3 peppercorns? Ah, wait, my assistant actually collected some pepper a couple days ago, some Schinus molle. So, okay, then forget everything I told you. Now we can demonstrate it from the 2 or 3 peppercorns she has brought with her. But beautiful tree, I love it. It's like when I come back to Menton, it's maybe my favorite place in all of France. I love France, but this is my favorite place in all of France. When I come here, I have a bunch of trees which are like old friends, which I like to visit. Like everywhere else where I go, I have a couple old friends which I like to visit. Some of them a couple hundred, some of them a couple thousand years old. So this is one of them. I'm happy it's still there. So here we have some Peruvian pepper. Look at the little pink berry. They actually often sold under the name pink berry. Now I rubbed off quite a lot of the, oh, it's all not focused. I rubbed off quite a lot of the skin. Here you can see the thick pink skin. Underneath there is a dry brown flesh. Yeah, it's sweet. Not very sweet because it's a small amount, but it's basically like dried mango, although it doesn't have real mango flavor. Now I gently bite the seed and it releases this explosion of hotness and peppery flavor from the seed. There is also some bitterness in it. This bitterness and also the fact that the flesh would cause problems if you try to make this stuff into a powder are maybe some of the reasons this is not more widely available. If it was not bitter but just hot, and if it was if it didn't stick together when grinded, this would be a mainstream pepper. Now it's kind of a niche product, but still a very nice mango relative as pepper. So folks, tell me what you think about the oldest and biggest pepper tree in all of France. In my book it's this. If you know a bigger or older one, tell me. Also tell me how old you think this one is. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich city of Menton, the most subtropical place in southern France. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.